Hi guys, welcome back to the new James Bond show. I'm your host, Krazy Kajeevie, with no fears, limits, or substitutes, a bad boy of James Bond. But you guys can call me Nostra Kajeevie because another one of my predictions looks like it's coming true when it's looking at the James Bond box office for No Time to Die, which is on track to be an absolute epic failure that I predicted. Oh, that was very Steven Berkoff of me from Octopussy. Atomic Reprisals! Epic failure, people. Epic failure. We got so much to get through. This is going to be an interesting one, and I've got to say, I don't ever want to see a James Bond film lose money, but the crazy man predicted this. Guys, first of all, a little bit of housework. I just want to say thank you so much to those that are new to the channel, getting a whole bunch of new subscribers. Thank you very much. This is a non-woke, non-politically correct James Bond channel. We're here at the James Bond show. We love a good bit of dink ass, butt slapping, and a bit of sexuality in our Bond. A bit of machismo, a bit of macho, a bit of tough. That's what Bond should be. And if Bond was that, we wouldn't be in the mess we're in right now. Now, one more little thing. Please like, please subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends, because it's very rare to have a channel like this which is dedicated to real Ian Fleming's James Bond and not the PC bullshit we're getting. One more little thing. This is very important. There are going to be spoilers in this video. Okay, now, you have been warned. There are going to be spoilers. This is not a video to go into the spoilers, but I need to mention spoilers to really drive home the point of the box office decimation here. So, if you don't want to hear any spoilers, tune off now, come back after you've seen the film. To everybody else, you probably know I haven't seen the film, but I've seen every trailer, every image, every making of, everything you can possibly think of, behind the scenes shots, images, videos, and I have been all over No Time to Die and the woke bullcrap since 2019, reporting all this. And for those that are new here to the channel, let me just tell you, I have another channel. So the other channel is The James Bond Show with Krazy Kajeevie. This one here you're watching is the new James Bond Show with Krazy Kajeevie. But if you want to see 2 years worth of 200 plus videos of me predicting everything that would happen in No Time to Die, spoilers, leaks, everything that basically all came right, go to the James Bond Show with Krazy Kajeevie, and please subscribe there as well. I can't get into that channel, unfortunately, long story, but I had to start up here. So guys, let's get into this. So, No Time to Die, $60 million, and I'm going to get to all the little details in a minute. Apparently $60 million over 4 days, including a long weekend in the US. So this is about the US box office here, for an Indigenous Peoples Holiday. I'm not too sure what that is. So a 4-day weekend and reportedly 60 million. The true fact was it was actually 56 million. So someone there slipped in an extra 4. They can't do their maths. So apparently a $56 million taking in America for James Bond, while Venom took, oh my goodness, Venom's huge. Venom, $90 million. So Venom has crushed No Time to Die at the box office, and wow, didn't we see this coming? Well, someone did at the James Bond show. Anyway, I'll get to more of that in a moment. Okay, guys, so they're also, whether it's film industry pundits here, are guessing or hopeful for a $5 to $6 million Monday as well coming up, which was really just past. So I'd love to see the figures on that now that we're into Tuesday. But they were hoping for $5 to $6 million for yesterday. Now, in comparison, after the first weekend box office, Spectre made 5.3 million. So that's why No Time to Die, the guys at, I guess, Eon and MGM, etc., and I guess if they're getting money out of this film, Amazon, are hoping to at least match Spectre's 5.3 million for that opening Monday through that weekend. Wow. Okay. So over the weekend, the British box office was 35 million. So 35 million in UK cinemas, with 5 times less cinemas open than America. And we're going to get to these at the end of this. When I run through this, I'm going to get to all the nitty gritty and my reasons of why I think all of this has happened. And you guys know Crazy Man is not going to hold back. So 5 times less theatres. That is crazy. Now, I'm going to get into a conversation here that cannot be avoided. I'm not going to put through my opinion or anything on this, but we can't escape the fact this was supposed to be the film that would save the worldwide theatre box office after the COVID-19 pandemic. So, and it's really not happening. I think people should have had their bets on Venom. Okay, so New York, New Orleans and San Francisco have basically bans on anyone going to the cinema to see No Time to Die, to see any movie really, but this is affecting No Time to Die because New York is massive. It's a massive city. So unless there's an order for cinema goers to show proof of vaccination. So if you're not jabbed in New York, New Orleans, which is a real pity, New Orleans, come on New Orleans, you guys are hipper and cooler than this, and San Francisco, unless you can show proof of vaccination, you're not getting into the cinema. Now, right on that point, I am going to touch on something. This is really a case of being bitten in the ass by your own rhetoric and your own theology in life. Now, I did a video on this channel. That video was removed. Heavens forbid. I don't know why. This won't be because I'm only going to discuss absolute facts here from Pfizer websites, from cinema websites, vaccine websites, whatever. I'm just going to speak facts here. So, Barbara Broccoli did call for, at the beginning of the year, she asked for cinemas to mandate COVID passports to make sure cinema goers were going in a safe, orderly manner. Well, that seems to have really bitten her on the ass because there is no way that the box office for No Time to Die would be so bad if there wasn't mass, which you can only call mass segregation in this world now, let alone these 3 states, where cinema goers can't even go in. Healthy cinema goers can't even go in and enjoy a James Bond film. Now, you're probably thinking crazy, but why? Why has Venom made $90 million? Well, I'm glad you asked. So, what we've found out, apparently here, a survey by United Artists Releasing Group found that 57% of No Time to Die audiences were older than 35. So that shows you the audience and the demographic number of James Bond fans, which I've always been saying are the 30s, 35s and over. This is not a teen market thing. But what did Barbara Broccoli and the like do? They went and got someone like Billie Eilish, who was top of the charts at the time, and they got her to do a James Bond song, thinking that this would bring in the Billie Eilish fans. I said in my videos last year at the James Bond show with Krazy Kajeevie, the other channel, I said she will not bring in a dime to this franchise. Her fan base will not come. That's vindicated me. That again has vindicated Nostra Kajeevie, because the Billie Eilish fan base who are like, oh, Billie the Satanist should do a James Bond song. Yeah, well, where are you? Where are you, little Billie Eilish fans? You didn't show up. And majority of the James Bond fans think the song sucks anyway. So there's that. Now, Phil Clapp, I like Phil Clapp. Now, this is not a name you want when you're picking up a chick at a bar, but Phil Clapp, Chief Executive of British Cinema Industry Body in the UK, has said that he and his association are firmly against segregation of cinema goers, that they have no intention and do not want cinemas for the jabbed, cinemas for the non-jabbed. He doesn't want that. And the great thing too, and hats off to good old Boris, the man with the windy blown haircut over in the UK, the Prime Minister there, who has basically turfed jab passports out the door. So England's not suffering with this kind of box office issue. Now, one of my good friends, Matthew Muckle, he said that on the website when he booked his tickets that it said you need to show a vaccine passport. That was probably old rhetoric that was still maybe on the website that hadn't been taken down because he got in without an issue. And apparently there is no vaccine passports happening in the UK, but they are going to happen in Scotland. Come on, Scotland. Get your Braveheart on and speak against this bullshit. Scotland and Wales. Oh boy. So they're apparently going to run with them. But that's why, even though with five times less cinemas showing No Time to Die or open in the UK, and with about 65 million people in the UK, that's why No Time to Die is doing better in the UK compared to America. Okay, guys, so here are my reasons. These are my reasons for why I think this has happened and why I think the film is tanking. First of all, they have not made this film for the James Bond fans. Okay? They have not made this film for the James Bond fans. Now, this is where I'm going to speak spoilers. So if you have stood with me here and you don't want to hear spoilers, this is the time you leave now. Over 2 years, I predicted that James Bond, or for at least a year and a half, I said that James Bond was, and this is way before the leaks dropped, and I said James Bond was going to be killed. They were going to kill James Bond off, hijack this franchise, and give it to Nomi. Now, at the end of the film, M turns around, Nomi's in the room, Nomi 007, played by Larry Lunchbox Lynch, and apparently that offends people, and guess what? I don't care, but Larry, aka Lashana Lunchbox Lasagna Lynch, alright, she's in the room with Tanner, Q, Moneypenny, whatever, they're all in there, the Scooby-Doo bunch, having some drinky poo, celebrating the great demise, the death, the absolute obliteration of the character we love, and he ain't coming back unless they've got some good Epsom salts and some, I don't know, maybe a seance or something to bring that guy back. Not that you should ever do that stuff, guys. So, M says, right, work to do, guys, or something along the lines of that, because I still haven't seen the film because I'm in prison in Australia. So, what does that tell you? If that doesn't tell you that then they're going to look to hijack the series and run the film, run that franchise still, if the film made $1 billion at the box office, I guarantee you, by the end of this year or early 2022, it would be announced that they're going to be a Bond 26 with that series continuing. But I think that's going to absolutely scupper that idea. Now, second reason here, guys, bad woke marketing. In every opportunity she had, Larry Lunchbox came out and said that how she's a strong woman, an independent woman. Then Phoebe Waller-Bridge was brought on. We all heard that she was going to, make basically this film woke. Barbara Broccoli and Michael G. Wilson at the launch in Brazil of No Time to Die also said that this was going to be a Bond for the Me Too generation. Guess what, Babsy? The Me Too generation didn't show up to the box office. They didn't show up to the cinema. This is why your film's tanking. The number one rule of business, whether you run a car sales business, a website business, promoting, for marketing, whatever, the number one thing you do is you target your target audience, the people that support you, the people that love your product, love what the product is. James Bond fans love a cocktail drinking, dink butt slapping Bond. And do we mind Bond in 62 telling Quirrell to fetch his shoes? No, because it's James Bond. It's not racist. It's Bond and who he is. And it's so important that that character remains. He's not Me Too, and we don't want Black Lives Matter. Now, let me give you all something here, because apparently I'm a racist, even though my best friend's black. If you put in a black James Bond, and you were to keep the current cast, do the math on this, right? you got a black Bond, a black Moneypenny, a gay Q, an angry white M, and well, I guess, hey, another spoiler, they killed off Felix as well. But you'd have a black Felix if they didn't kill him off. But hey, they'd probably find a way to bring him back so they could push the diversity more and more. So this is what's going on, guys. I warned everyone of this. This is just terrible. Now, what I've got for you guys, before I finish off here, check this out. Okay, this is Daniel Craig's. You'll see a slump has happened. This is the entire box office weekend history of the Daniel Craig films. So, in the UK, starting with Casino Royale, 32 million it made over the opening weekend in the UK back in 2006. US, 40 million, considered a bomb, a flop at the time, but of course it went on to make big bucks, at least I think it was around 600 million, 550, 600 million, and it was the start of the Craig push. And of course they made millions and millions more in DVD sales, TV licensing rights and all that as well. Now, to prove that Casino Royale ended up being really popular and a big hit overall, Quantum of Solace, UK 25 million and US was 67 million. So, the US box office of Casino Royale was 40 million. The US box office of Quantum of Solace was 67 million. I'm going to stick with US box office here for a minute, guys. The US box office for Skyfall was 88 million. The US box office for Spectre was 70 million, so just a dip there in 18 million. And I think that has to do with the film is not regarded as well as Skyfall. And No Time to Die, US 56 million. Now, the UK, Casino Royale 32 million, Quantum of Solace in the UK was 25 million, so there was a big dip there actually. Skyfall, 27 million in the UK opening weekend. Spectre, 32 million opening in the UK. And No Time to Die, 35 million. So, all up, No Time to Die has actually had the biggest box office weekend in the UK, but there's been so much hype and marketing for it. Will the James Bond fans... I think they will rock up for repeated viewings, even though they kill Bond and it's a 163-minute film. But I think the lukewarm fans probably won't. Now, just imagine if they gave us a film that we wanted, because apparently the action's spectacular, the production design, I think, should be nominated for an Academy Award. The score's okay, it's not my favourite so far from what I've heard. It's okay, and apparently the performances are all wonderful, and apparently Nomi Lunchbox is not as woke as we thought. So, there was potential. There was massive potential for this film, but what I think they should have done is at least, whether it was ambiguously, just maybe showed us that Bond survived, whether he came up out of water at the end, or they finished the film on Jamaica, right? And I know I'm trying to be artistic and creative here, and I haven't even seen the film, but if they finished with a shot, even at the end of the credits, right? Maybe you see the missiles going up when he's on Saffin's Island, right? And he looks up, and then he looks off to camera left, and we see maybe the sub thing or something. And then the island blows up, and we leave it at that. And they all think Bond's dead, right? And then the credits roll, and we think, okay, he died. Damn, he didn't escape. And right at the end credits, we see a push-in shot exactly pretty much where it starts with Bond in Jamaica, which is after the pre-title sequence in the film. And we see Bond in Jamaica at the start, near the start of the film. If they had finished the film at the end of the credits, where we push in and we see his place, we see the place, and it's like, you know, he's dead, he doesn't exist. But suddenly, we just see him step out, or we see a hand come out with a gun, or something like that. The audience would have lost their shit. Imagine Bond, he just comes out like this with a gun. That's all you needed in the film. Bond doesn't die, and everyone would have freaking loved that. And the Daniel Craig era can still end. Or it would have given them an opportunity to push on with that series, potentially with a new actor in that similar look and age and feel of Daniel Craig, and keep that series going on. Or just start afresh, completely new. But they didn't have to kill him. It's an emotional, psychological thing that has pissed the fans off. So, guys, let me know in the comments below, what do you think about this box office? Is it good? Is it bad? Is Venom the big bad daddy that's finally going to crush No Time to Die or what? Now, I will say in closing, we have to remember the huge box office take of probably about $3 million that Australia's going to give to Babsy for No Time to Die hasn't been able to happen because it hasn't been released here yet. Now, China also hasn't got No Time to Die. I'm estimating in China, I think they were hopeful. I think Spectre, I could be wrong here, I've got to research this one, guys. I think Spectre did around 150 million in China, or maybe around that 120 million area. So I'm actually expecting probably about 76 million in China. That's my guesstimate, about 76 million in China. That's what I reckon. Excuse the doggies there, but I think they agree with me that China's not going to be the saving grace that Eon wanted for this film. You should have probably edited it more, guys. You should have, maybe kept Bond alive, not done that horrible marketing. And basically, when Kerry Fukunaga came out and said that James Bond was a rapist, and Barbara Broccoli wanted people to coercively have jab passports to go and see it, that probably hurt you, and that's just the facts, especially for something that on the Pfizer websites, etc., on these makers' websites say that this medical experiment does not create immunity, does not stop transmission, but it is there to apparently help with severe symptoms. That's what it is. So all this really costing millions of dollars now, well, billions of billions, and all our lives around the world locked down and everything and the misery we're seeing. Anyway, that's me, guys. Krazy Kajeevie for the James Bond show. Keep on bonding and say hi to your mum for me.